What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerdcast. It's time for us to play a little bit more Battle Brothers, Warriors of the North. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here. We've got a new job. So we made it with our caravan perfectly fine. Nothing went wrong. Everything was all good. And now we've got to go back over to Koppelstadt. We will go to Koppelstadt. And we will drop off this package. Yeah, cut through the middle right there. Good choice, man. Smart idea. Going around the horn. Like, why go around the horn when we've got the, the canal right here? You know what I mean? It's unnecessary. It's more struggle than we need. And I'm trying to stack up some coin right now because we're kind of broke. We also need to stick to, delivery missions and whatnot because we're kind of, beat up right now. This guy's not going to be useful in combat for a while. We got a new armor right there, though, which is good. That means we can kind of collapse the lines over here and get things a little bit closer. I don't remember if that's better than that. What is that, 50? Yeah, that's better than that. And then we'll kind of just, send the gear down the line as necessary. We do have some new weapons as well that we can toy around with. Instead of having a club, you should have a sword and a shield. Looks good. And then put on that hat right there from the dead guy. There's nothing wrong with wearing a dead man's hat. Don't ask where the hat came from. It's not superstitious. Sometimes you need a dead man's hat in order to keep yourself safe. I get the feeling that we're just barely going to cover our costs on that quest. Yeah, there we go. All right, so a couple of missions over here. We have a guy that... Let's see here. You with the witch wolves, you nod. The man nods back, then reaches into his pocket, and you reach for a dagger. The stranger puts his hand out. Easy, easy, easy. I'm wearing a sword. If I wanted to kill you, taking a seat probably wouldn't be the best route. The man lifts the sheath and bumps it to the underside of the table and cocks his head as if to say, see? You nod, and the man continues with his move, taking out a note and passing it to you. Local councilman by the name of Corey the Elder wishes to see you. A bird is perched on Corey the Elder's window. The man seated points at it. I wonder if that's how they got in. The brigands, I mean. I think they must have come in through a window and then right back out. That's how they got away with my crystal skull. The man slowly rises and stalks across the room, crouches, about ready to pounce on the bird, but the creature scatters before he can so much as flinch. Damn it. He returns to his seat, wiping his hands as if he'd worked up a sweat during his attempted avian ambush. My task is pretty simple, sellsword. Bring my property back to me. Kill the brigands too, if you wouldn't mind. We can haggle for it. We can accept the offer, but we're going to take some time to think about it so that we can take other jobs. What is this job right here? A caravan? 2 days out for, 6 crowns per head up to 25 heads. Another 360 when the job is done. We can accept the offer, and we've got to go to Falkenstein. Okay, so we'll take our time on that one. What is this right here? Koppelstadt, we're going through the mud. A man of power in town hangs out. Brigands have been harrying us for weeks. They set fire to the pub, apparently. Alright. Well, they've got a base. Oh, wow, that's an expensive task. I'll accept the offer, but we'll take some time to think about it. I think it's a really good idea. What you can do is you can table the offers if you need to, so that you can get, in on them later. You don't have to do the offers right now, as long as you don't turn them down outright. We have Wolfram, who is a miller over here. We got to replace the guy we lost. We've got a beggar on this side, and we've got a priest. Let's get Wolfram. Millers are very, very strong. And this time period, millers were renowned for how strong they were because they were constantly moving millstones and lifting bags of flour and whatnot. And so in a lot of old literature, you'll see that they kind of refer to millers as being very mighty. What weapon should you have? A flail, perhaps? We'll just give you the old bludgeon. Give you the old beat stick. I suppose I could give him a spear. Couldn't hurt. Take the spear. It's fine. We'll get the spear up in there. See if they have anything at market that's, worth taking. They've got cloth rolls over here, but they're kind of, I don't know, they don't look that good. I prefer that my rolls be buttered and that they be a bit more edible. Those right there, it's peasant food, man. We got to stay away from that stuff. We got to stay away from it. You can't take chances on it. We're almost out of tools, which is a bummer, because tools are, dirty expensive right now. Got a pretty cheap tunic right there, but I don't know if I want to shell out $100 for it. I guess I will, just in the interest of getting this guy, bare minimum equipment. That way he can take a little bit more damage, although he's still going to be a little slow on the draw there. We can sell off the remainder of this stuff. I'm going to keep the spears and the clubs, but everything else can be sold, and then we'll just sort that upwards. The sort function in this game actually works pretty well. It's a pretty good thing to use. Ooh, a hooked blade, huh? I want it. Me likey. Me likey. let's go ahead and we're going to take the contract for the caravan. Let's set off and hopefully nothing goes wrong. Caravan missions can be like free money or they can be really, really terrible and dangerous. It kind of depends. Like, you never quite know how it's going to go when you do a caravan mission. Let's see here. Woman jumps out of the tree line beside the path. Oh, thank gods. My prayers have been answered. Please come quick. Grandpapa's fallen down the well. All right, let's go help her. You decide it's worth your time and go take a look. The old man was doing repairs down the wellhead, and a wooden framework meant to cover its opening when it broke apart and sent him plunging down. Staring into the well, you see him staring back up and gives a wave. Oi there, fellas. I'm in a bit of a pickle. Actually being pickled now that I think about it. Right. Roger throws down a rope, and the old man ties it around himself. You and the sellsword put the woman's grandfather up and back on a dry land. He shakes your hand and thanks you cordially. Farkin' hell, I'm glad you came by when you did. I was about to shit and piss like no other. Let me tell you, this ain't my first time going down a well. 5 years ago, I'd done it while repairing the wellhead, because the wellhead breaks pretty often, you see, and it's not really a wellhead. We just call it that because we're lazy, but back in my day, we called it a, well, anyways, I actually done forgot. I guess a wellhead makes sense now, but I'm not well in the head. Oh, still got it. I was quite the charmer in my days, you see, but it's not often. Let's see here. I lost it when I scrolled. I get to put practice in. My wife died 10 years ago, and the old man drones on. You look around for Roger to find him stepping out of the woman's home, the lady carrying herself a bit of obvious warmth in the face. You retrieve your sellsword and leave before the old man lops your head with the most long-winded and one-sided conversation ever. Apparently, Roger got laid. Good for him, man. Good for you, bro. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Dude, Falkenstein is like way up there. It's going to take us a minute to get across the entire map. Come on, little caravan. Come on, little doggies. I was hoping that caravan would turn in front of us over here so that it would eat the attack if we got hit by anything. I don't even know if we're going to break even on this mission in all fairness. Like, if it takes us 2 days to get up here. Oh, we got Brigandis. So far, so good on our way up to Falkenstein. Nothing seems to have gone wrong. There's a lot of road left. You never know, but there's a guard post right here, so it'll be a little bit safer. Like, brigands shouldn't come around these little guard posts right here because these guys are, like, stacked. These guys have crazy good gear. Hey, another easy mission. Nice. Okay. This place is now well supplied. We can take a look at what they have around and see if it's anything that, like, we want to carry with us. Some of these gambesons and whatnot are very, very tempting. Like, things like this right here, padded leather is, like, one of the most cost-effective armors you can buy in the game. I like it a lot for low-level characters because it doesn't nerf your fatigue too hard, but it still gives you a lot of protection. Whereas if you take like a mail shirt, for example, it's going to take a lot of fatigue off your character. Unfortunately, we have to repair that one. How expensive are tools up here? They're actually pretty cheap. Let's buy some tools, and then we'll also, I guess, buy the padded leather. Sure. We'll put the padded leather on our main character right there, Ingmar. And then my suggestion is that we kind of just pass the gear down the line. That's pretty much it. He's now got himself some padded armor. Good to go. Or a rugged surcoat, I should say. A coat of sirs, as it were. Does anybody else have crappy? Yeah, go ahead and put that on so you're not looking quite as much like a hobo out here. We gotta be looking respectable, man. Nobody's going to hire us if we, like, stink like crab when we roll around here. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. There's no job up here to get us back down south, so basically we're just gonna be walking around for a little bit with low funds. It's worrying. That bandits right there probably running off into the woods. Oh, there's some bandits right there. Are they hard bandits? Many brigand thugs. Is everybody still wounded or are we good? This guy's still got a pierced lung for 1 to 3 more days. Let's go fight him. Let's go find out. Many brigand thugs. I have faith. I think we can pull through this. We're going to need a little bit of supplementary cash anyways to make it down south, so not really going to have much of an option. Everybody wait it out until they get a little bit closer, and then I'll decide what I want to do. I highly recommend you always pass your first turn, especially when you're up against faster monsters that can close the gap on 1 turn, because moving by 1 square forward, in their case, can often end in heartache. Heartache by the number, troubles by the score. Every day you love me. These guys are geared pretty well. I'm a little worried about this. These guys are geared way better than thugs. Maybe fall back by 1. Yeah, just like fold the line ever so slightly. I think we moved first on the last turn, though, so we should be okay, I think. We missed both of our shots right there, unfortunately. Tried to go fishing. Came back skunked. You guys fall back by 1. He's kind of injured, so like I don't really want him in the fight at all if I can help it. What I'd like to do is resolve these idiots down here. I'm going to hold your turn for a second and wait and see what they do. You move up and engage in direct battle. You also move up, engage in direct battle. Our first enemy is slain. These dudes are going to move over to there, which is actually kind of what I was hoping they would do. In general, they don't like to move adjacent to you unless they get to attack on the same turn. Let's fall back this way. Basically, we're going to make like a little circle down here and hold the line. Now, you fall back to this spot. There's a boulder right there. It's unfortunate. This guy's going to move next, and I think I know what he's going to do, so I'm going to go into shield wall mode real fast. Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to be his plan. That guy's got no helmet on, so if you got a two-handed guy with 2 range, always go for the dudes that have no helmet and no shield first. Like I said, your goal here is to optimize and kill as many as you can. There we go. You want to deal damage, you want to lower their morale. If you can get their morale a little bit skunked, you'll be okay. But if you can't get that morale taken care of, things are going to go wrong. And so really what I wanted to do with this flank is just run them around and kite them while we finish off all their buddies over here. Exactly, just like that. And then we can kind of wait it out down here. Flank that dude and do a little bit of damage while we're in the neighborhood. These dudes don't seem super interested in attacking us, which is a good thing. Like, I need to buy time for right now. You go into spear wall. You come up here and get ready. You stay in that spot, actually. That spot's perfectly fine. Took a little bit of damage right there, but we're okay. So really what we want to do right here is we're going to want to set up a spear wall. So we want to put like a dude over... that might not work, but it might work. I don't know. I'm going to hold your turn until somebody else moves. I want you on spear wall. Spear wall gives you a free attack if anybody enters adjacency with you. And so these two are now effectively protecting this part of the line, which is very, very good. We want that. Spear wall is not infallible, but it is a very good ability, and you should use it whenever it's available. Ooh, 2 hits right there. Very nice. So what he's going to try and do is he's going to try and walk into us with his shield wall up, which is how you counter a spear wall. Ooh, okay, that's not good. Yeah, come down here and help real fast. He needs backup. These dudes still have a turn, so I'm going to wait and see if they try to push towards us. As you can see, spear wall is working very, very well right there. He's going to bleed out on the next turn. That guy's pulling a runner, and I think we may have just got ourselves a flawless victory. Things are looking pretty good right now. Yeah, move forward. I may be getting a little overly aggressive right here, but we kind of have them on the run right now. So I think overly aggressive is the play. There we go. I need him to get kills. You only get XP if you get kills and hits. And so, like, archers are really good later on in the game, but in the early game, they're kind of like mages. They kind of suck early on, but, like, if you give them the time and you develop them with the proper perks and talents and whatnot, they become very, very powerful fighters. And so you kind of want to develop their talents as much as possible. Give them the opportunity to get kills in situations like this right here. We're going to go ahead and pass our turn because that guy's fleeing the field. He may come back. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Sometimes they boot and rally and they come back. Other times they just make for the edge of the map. If he makes it to the edge of the map, the combat will automatically end at the end of our final turn. And there it is. A lovely little victory with limited wounds. We got a bunch of level ups out of that. A whole bunch of gear. A little bit of cash to kind of tide us over. Another suit of armor. Some shields. That actually was probably a very productive combat for us. That was probably one of the better combats we've had so far. So he's got two-hand grip. That means we never want to put anything on him with a shield. That makes him very, very vulnerable to being killed, not having a shield in the line. But it also means he deals a ton of damage when he hits. And frankly, since he's a spear user right now, he's going to need it. Because spear only does 30 to 35. So the extra 25% is going to give him an extra 8 damage on every hit. That's good. That's a very, very good thing, as Martha Stewart used to say back before she was doing prison stuff and kicking it with Snoop Dogg or whatever. Alright, so we've got people equipped up out here. I think our mercenaries, as they stand, are in great shape, and I'm very, very happy with it. Now, let's go ahead and develop their melee skills a little bit. In the beginning of the game, I recommend doing on melee characters, you go melee skill, melee defense, and fatigue until you have 115 fatigue. Once you have 115 fatigue, you don't really have to worry about it anymore, and you can put them in pretty heavy armor, and they're still not going to gas out. But up until that point, keep dumping points into fatigue as much as possible. Colossus should be the first thing you take on anybody in the front lines, like I said in the last episode. And then usually I'll take fast adaptation after Colossus to make sure that they hit. There are other abilities that are really good, like Steel Brow. So, for example, Steel Brow, it makes it so headshots are no longer criticals. This ability functionally makes it so that you can no longer be one-shotted unless you're really, really, really unlucky. If you don't have this ability, you can get one-shotted pretty frequently with head hits. If you have this ability, head hits are just normal hits, and it'll just like break your helmet or whatever, and you'll be fine. And so a lot of people recommend Steel Brow. It really comes down to what you value more. Do you want survivability, or do you want damage-dealing capability? I kind of tend to lead more towards damage-dealing capability because I feel like a good offense is the best defense. Your ability to kill off enemies before they even get turns, I think, is more valuable, but Steel Brow is still a really, really good third choice. Like, it's not like I'm going to skip over this entirely. I am going to take Steel Brow next, but I think I would rather have fast adaptation for right now. Just me personally. Yep, keep developing your skills, sir. We're lucky that he started with a two-handed weapon, a spetum. For some reason, I thought he had a pickaxe. It's a cross between a spear and a pike. Okay. What's the second ability on that? What is that? Spear wall? Oh, really? He can spear wall with that. Oh, that's good to know. Okay. Fast adaptation is only going to be good on characters that get multiple attacks per turn. I wouldn't put it on on somebody that has a two-hander and they only get to swing once. Instead, I would give them something like, oh, I don't know. I would give them something like Steel Brow, or maybe give them something like, I don't know, like something like Student, where they level up faster. It's really up to you what you want to do, but that's just my advice and how I feel about it. Let's continue giving you some more range skills, some more range dodge, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We're also going to give you crippling strikes, I think. I mean, crippling strikes are bullseye. So bullseye makes it so if the enemy's in cover, usually you get a 75% bonus from ranged attacks if you're in cover. This reduces that to 50, so effectively you can fire at people in cover. Another good choice for an archer is quick hands, so that in his bag slots right here, you can put melee weapons. So if he needs to, he can swap over for free in the middle of combat. It's up to you. It's your call, whatever you want to do. This game is really, really nice in that regard for like letting the player decide what they want to do with the perks that they have available and make custom characters. A lot of games sort of restrict that. This game does not, and so I kind of like how your characters can basically be whatever you want them to be. I got 68 HP. I'm a little bit worried about him. I'm a little worried about him in combat, but I think he'll be alright. Alright, well, we gotta go and find a job. We need to get ourselves a job. They took our job. We have no jobs right now. Back in Koppelstadt, the best deal would be if we could find a job that takes us to Koppelstadt. And then once we go there, we can get the other 3 jobs done. We got a 2-skull mission over here. It looks to be, they want me to take a shipment to Stromark for 700 gold coins. Oof, that's tempting. I'm going to accept the offer, but we're going to think about it for a minute. I wanted to see if it was possible, if we've got better guys over here that we can throw together. Like, it's never a bad idea to have a few people just as grist for the mill. So this guy, like, what is up with this guy? He's a flagellant. I tend to stay away from flagellants, but farmhands aren't bad. We can hire him, I think. Oh, we're a little low on cash, though. Oof, I don't know if I want to take this job. This job's going to be risky. Let's do it. Whatever. Sometimes you got to risk something to have something. Where are we going? Oh, dude, we're going all the way down south. Yeah, it's going to be a hell of a run. Good luck. So we have an event. While on the march, you find a drunken nobleman tottering side to side on the path. Mussy is the name of his hair. Leaves and grass and what it looks like bird shit swept up in it as someone stirred ingredients to a prank. but his clothes sweep about him in the finest silks and his fingers glisten with jewelry. He has a bottle in each hand and swings them around as he sings gibberish pub songs. He is in all regards the greatest magnet for a mugging you've ever seen. Hallstein purses his lips and looks like a wolf staring at a fat sheep. I'm not saying nothing, sir. I'm just saying that I see it. That's a lot of juice. A lot of juice that's just limping down the road. But again, I'm not saying anything. You know what he's talking about. Why is he looking at Magnus? As you near the nobleman, his eyes go wide and he points at Magnus the servant. Wait, I know you. You look back. He does? The nobleman stumbles forward with his legs scissoring side to side. Great, we're scissoring in the middle of a road in medieval times. Fantastic. You were a servant to my cousin in Noraspira on an evening. You were great, the greatest, the best servant I've ever seen. I dare say you can have all this shite because I don't think we explained, well, I don't think we paid you. The man takes anything of value and throws it over. He seems happy to just be relieved of the weight of it all. If you see my cousin again, let him know that I killed his brother with the mantelpiece. No harsh feelings. All right, then. See, you gotta be careful, man. Like, honestly, most of the robbery events work out pretty well for you. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. Like, when you rob people in this game, you tend to come out on top. Dude, we're gonna get killed. This fog is risky. I'm hoping these peasants outrun us. Oh, they did. Between us and the peasants, we outnumbered the brigands, so their AI made them run away. We got really, really lucky right there. We got super lucky. I think we just cashed in. We just made a bunch of money for basically zero labor, and that signet ring will probably bring in another 200 or 300. Very nice. So 650 coins right there. We came out about 300 in advance. Inside the city, we've got 241 for the ring. That's roughly what it's worth. Yeah, we'll just unload that now so we don't have to carry it around with us. I'll probably get rid of all of these little things right here. We do want to start thinking about giving people hatchets. Hatchets and battle axes are honestly kind of top tier in this game because they allow you to destroy people's shields. So they give you an ability right here called Split Shield. It takes 2 swings and you break an enemy shield. And the AI as you get further into the game is going to get super turtly. And so, like, it's a good idea to maybe be able to stop them from just sitting there all day hiding behind their shields. And we have anything good in here? We can afford stuff. We made a paycheck today. So, like, if we want to buy things, we can. It's possible. It's within the realm of possibility. I would probably say to just buy another padded leather, maybe. Like, that's probably the best investment over here. Give it to one of our mainline guys like him. And then I think this dude is the last guy that doesn't have real armor. And there you go. We've actually got ourselves like a real ragtag mercenary force. Looks good. Like they've got enough gear to where I'm starting to feel confident about their ability to weather the storm when it comes to kind of gnarlier enemies and whatnot. So this guy's a tailor. Like, there's a reason you would take a tailor. And so tailors at, like, face value are, like, terrible characters. Like, they're not that good. They can't fight. They can't shoot. They can't really do a whole lot. But they have a special ability that is hidden that you won't know about until it triggers based on RNG. They have an ability that makes it so they can make armor and gear out of anything that's in your inventory. So if there's linens in your inventory, or furs in your inventory, or hides in your inventory, they will occasionally have a stroke of genius. And that's how you get some of the better armors in the game. Right there is that they will craft you things. So for example, if you have I think like 4 wolf furs in your inventory and a tailor, there's a chance every single day when you pay your troops that you'll get an event that he'll take those furs and he'll turn them into armor that has like 180 armor points, doesn't deduct any durability, and also gives all enemies adjacent to you like -10 to their resolve. So like it makes people rout a whole lot, and it's stacking. So if you put it on more of your guys, like if you have it on like your front line, if somebody pulls in adjacent to 3 dudes, they get a -30 to their resolve, which means most of the time they break instantly. Like, it's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. And so there's a reason to have a tailor around, in case you hadn't considered it. That guy's a militia, man. What do? You're an apprentice? Yeah, we can hire you. Why not? You look alright to me. Throw some gear on the boy and let's get moving. There we go. He's not equipped as well as he could be, but hey, he's equipped. Let's see here. Sellsword, time for you to go exploring. See this uncharted spot east of here in the region of Gloomy Hills? That's where I need you to go to find the grave of the Heimland's battle. You accept or not? Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So where am I going? We gotta go around the region of the Gloomy Hills to the east. So we've got the dreaded rocks right there. I don't see anything called the Gloomy Hills. I mean, we'll give it a go. What I usually like to do is I'll find the place, then I'll reload my save and find it faster the second time around, so that you don't waste a whole bunch of food and supplies. It's really up to you how you want to do it, but like, you know, I don't really feel that bad about being save scummy in a game like this where you can die instantly and everything can go wrong within 5 minutes after 8 hours of playing. Like, I don't feel that guilty about it, you know? Like, I kind of feel like people have a negative view of save scumming nowadays. Hey, we found it. Nice. I'm glad that it was easy to find. People have a negative view of it, but my opinion is this. I don't like it when games force you to play on Iron Man, because on Iron Man there's a chance you won't learn anything. So sometimes you get killed by something off screen. You get killed swiftly, you get killed relentlessly and like mercilessly, and you don't like learn anything. When you have save scumming, you can replay that battle over and over and over again until you figure out what you did wrong and then carry on. And so you get better at the game when you do that. I don't know. I feel like save scumming gets kind of a nasty. Let's see, Tiefenstadt. I think we're going back there anyways. But I'll need time to think about it because we're out of time for right now. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Battle Brothers, Warriors of the North. I will see you all later. Thank you for stopping on in. Hi, do. Take care, and don't forget to leave a like on the video. It helps me out as a content creator more than you know. See y'all next time, everybody. Bye-bye.